find. Aaron?
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Just so hard to comprehend that they're still strapped in those seats, and also in such a shallow water that they know so much about, that you could see a 60-foot piece of debris that actually came from a ship, not this plane. Tonight, the investigation is underway to figure out exactly why this plane was actually in the air in the first place. That is because officials are now saying that the airline, AirAsia, did not have permission to fly that route last Sunday morning. Kyung La is out front for us live in Jakarta, Indonesia this morning. And Kyung, how could this plane have, on a regular scheduled flight, you got 162 people on board, get in the air without permission?
Well, that is the question that investigators, Aaron, are exactly hoping to answer. Why this plane managed to take off and why no one stopped it. Indonesian officials say Flight 8501 should never have been allowed to take off that night. The airline was licensed to fly between Surabaya and Singapore on 4 days of the week, but not on Sundays. Still, the plane took off that Sunday, December 28th, flying into heavily trafficked skies. Once airborne, the crew was dealing with terrible weather conditions, heavy rains, high winds, conditions that would most likely have forced a change of flight plan for a U.S. carrier.
There, they were allowed to pierce a thunderstorm. In the United States, the regulations say you're supposed to go around them. You're not supposed to plan your flight through a severe thunderstorm. And that would be that what they were going through was the equivalent of something called a level 6 thunderstorm. It's the worst.
Did the pilot feel pressure to keep the schedule in what has become one of the busiest air markets in the world?
Is it very common for pilots to feel that they must go, even in bad weather? Yes, and that's widely reported in the United States. We call it, by the way, get there-itis.
36 minutes into the flight, the pilot asked permission to turn and climb above the storm. But while dispatchers were checking the position of surrounding planes, Flight 8501 disappeared from radar. Indonesian officials announced the investigation into flying the route without permission is separate from the accident investigation, saying they suspect AirAsia is not alone in violating the rule. And for now, all AirAsia flights between Surabaya and Singapore have been suspended.